Name and club.
Sorcha Furlong, St Brigid's.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a secondary school teacher, Irish and PE.
And can you give the school a plug and tell me how many of the pupils are going on Sunday?
Yeah, it's Loreto College in Swords, and they're selling them in school, so we're hoping for 100 or so kids from school to be going. They would do it to one of the previous ones as well.
And can you give me one reason why you think supporters should go along on Sunday? Maybe somebody who's never been before.
Well, I mean, for people who haven't been before, the game is a lot, more football orientated than the men's game can be. You see the ball moving very quickly. There's a huge amount of talent on display, and we put in every bit of work that the same as the men would do. So it'd be great to have a big crowd out there supporting us.
There was a big crowd last year, 27,000, tremendous atmosphere, and what a game.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, there was a big crowd from school there for me going last year as well, and even any time I would have gotten near the ball, a big cheer from a certain section of the crowd. It's nice to have, and the men get it on their weekly basis, so it's lovely to have for that one day a year for us.
And what's it like playing out there on All-Ireland final day, win or lose?
It's a great privilege to be playing out there. I mean, I still come in myself. I was here for the men's All-Ireland final day as well, and it's one of those things that you always wanted to do when you're younger, so to get the opportunity to play out there is brilliant. You just have to make sure that you embrace it and enjoy it on the day.
I'm sorry to bring up last year, but you know the way it finished and such incredible drama, but how have Dublin managed to come back from that, and how have you learned from last year's experience?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a new team. It's almost like a transition year really this year. From the 15 that started last year, there's 8 of them who are unavailable to us this year, one through injury and then others through travelling and retirements, so it's a very new team. But I mean, if you'd be foolish if you were thinking that you weren't learning anything from last year. Brian Cody had this saying that he used to have, that you have to not only be willing to die, but you also have to be willing to kill on the pitch. So maybe last year we were perhaps willing to die, but maybe not willing to kill. So it's something that we'll try and work towards this year, and hopefully have that killer instinct.
But you certainly did everything perfectly for 45-50 minutes of the game. It was that last 10 minutes, is that what you mean about the killer instinct at the end? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we need to make sure that we maintain whatever performance level that we're aiming for. We need to be maintaining that throughout the whole game. With Cork especially, they never know when they're beaten, unfortunately, so they'll come back and they'll always finish very strongly, so we need to make sure that we up our game for the whole 60 minutes and not just for 45 of it.
And what was it like playing in defence in those last 10 minutes when Cork were just coming at you in waves, and what can you do differently this time?
You see, it's very difficult with Cork. They just keep coming at you, and they did very well last year. They pushed up on kick-outs, so they put us under a huge amount of pressure. So even to try and get that first ball and to move it down the pitch, the backs didn't really get much of a break at all in the last 15. So we just need to make sure that we keep our shape and don't have everybody coming back into defence, so that we keep our shape and still have an outlet ball that we can go to if we do come under pressure in the last 10.
So the key thing this year, new team, new start, lots of great young players coming through.
Absolutely. I mean, the talent that the younger girls have is unreal. I'm now the eldest person on the team, unfortunately, and I'm only 29, so it's a very young squad that we have, and a lot of the girls who've come through underage have a lot of success at underage. They've minor titles. There's a couple of under 21 titles under the belt now the past couple of years, so that will stand to us as well. They like winning, and they know how to beat Cork themselves as well, so hopefully that will stand to us.
So maybe a Dublin double after the men?
That'd be nice, all right. Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, for football in the city, I know when we won back in 2010, it was a great boost to the girls in the city. So the boys now have been growing as well. So I think it's time for us maybe to try and put one back over on them. But I mean, with Cork, it's a difficult game. They're not champions for no reason, and they've been champions for 9 of the past 10 years. So they're looking for 10 and 11. So we're doing well to be back here. We'll just have to see how the performance goes on the day.